Wait, child, I was with this man one time back years ago. He was so soft and juicy like a woman. I said, damn, it's like doing it to a woman. And I like to do it to him. And I swear to God, it was so nice. He was so soft and supple. It was like doing it to a fat girl. Hello there, love bugs. Hello there, Bellas. If you have not already done so, please remember to like, share to Facebook, subscribe, and comment respectfully. And if you are not already a part of this book club, please hit the Patreon link below, down there in the description bar, or the join button here on the YouTube. And for a small monthly fee of $5, you babies, yes, you can be privy to all the shenanigans before the YouTube gets it, if the YouTube gets it. Ladies and gentlemen, let me repeat. Your paid memberships mean so much to this channel. You know I have a job now, and child, I need to tell a story about how I keep getting in trouble at work. Oh my God, I can't be the same lady here on the YouTube that I am at my job, because people be getting mad at me. And then they be popping off on me. And then I gotta pop back, because I don't really have restraints. It's my first job I've had in like fucking years, so, But guys, just remember, your paid memberships help out a lot over here with this YouTube channel. If you enjoy the book club, I know we're not getting the views like we used to, only certain kind of books get views, but I don't want to limit our channel to those just Motown and Michael Jackson. I don't want this book club to just be about that. I want it to be about a variety of things. Okay, so go on down there in the description bar, hit the Patreon link or the join button here on the YouTube. Now, let's continue talking about LeLee Lyons. On a normal day, we'd check in and the bellman would load our bags on the cart to be taken upstairs. Once he got up there, he'd take my bags and sit them by the door and leave. But not this day. I have no idea how my road manager at the time ended up being the bellman this day. But she ruined my secret. Instead of her doing what the bellman usually does, which is sit the bags by the door, she decided to take the bags all the way in the room, meeting face to face with my friend. The next time I saw her, her sarcastic ass would say, "LeLee, there's a girl in your room." My heart fell out of my body and to the floor. When I got in the room, all we could do was laugh at each other. That was pretty much how it all happened. From that moment, that's when all the curiosity and questions would start. I used to hear a lot of things about me throughout the years about me being gay. I never heard. I didn't know, LeLee. I didn't know you liked the ladies. Did it bother me? Not as much as it bothered me when my family had to deal with it. When I was out there being young and all over the place, I was having a ball. I experienced everything I wanted to, and I'm cool with my decision because it gave birth to a lion. I learned a long time ago, while everybody is all up in your business, they don't have a heaven or hell to put you in. I lived at the Renaissance Hotel in Times Square for about 3 months, until I found a permanent place. I was finally out of my godmother's apartment in the Bronx, but technically I was still homeless. Now, don't get me wrong, I was forever grateful for my current situation, but I was an adult now who finally wanted to experience what everyone meant when they said there's no place like home. My group had just finished the tour, and I felt like I was ready to take the leap. Okay, pause. Let me say this about LeLee. What I admire about this book is that SWV is not secondary, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh to her story. It's like the group SWV is like a mention, but it's still very interesting. Like she subtly reminds us that while her life is orbiting, SWV is there in her universe. I like the way she, look at this Negro. You got to go outside to protect the deck. My group had just finished the tour and I felt like I was ready to take the leap. So I hired celebrity realtor Susan Perry to find me the perfect place. You can't imagine how excited I was. Finally, after sharing a bed with my sister for so many years, to barely having a bed at all with all the evictions, I was finally about to get my own. There were several cities in northern New Jersey that were prospects, but I wanted to stay closest to George Washington Bridge. After seeing some of the most beautiful star-studded units, she sent me a property that was not only close to the bridge, but it was a gated community with a 24-hour security guard at the entrance. This was no toy cop security guy. He was an armed professional, and you weren't getting through that gate if you didn't look like your driver's license or didn't have a gate key. I called Susan right away and told her I have to go see this, and we did. It was a 2-bedroom, 2-bath condominium located in the back of the property. I couldn't help but notice the luxury cars that were parked in the assigned parking spaces. Now I'm curious as to what kind of people lived in this community. What the hell did these people do for a living? Were they like me? Or was I living amongst some of the most notorious drug kingpins? Yes, I guess I was being a little judgmental. Besides, my judgment was based on the cars. Thinking of my tour schedule and me just wanting some stability, I told Susan I would take the condo, but not until I found out if certain things were in the area. Being a single mother and having 2 young kids, I needed to make sure the following were at least within a 2-mile radius: a hospital, a supermarket, a shopping mall, and a nice school. We didn't have Google back then or Yelp. We had to put in that work or look it up in the phone book. So I must agree with LeLee in regards to her must-haves when making a decision to buy a property. Because with me, 100%, I have to have a grocery store, a hospital, or at least a health park, maybe some kind of convenience store like a 7-Eleven. I don't have kids, so the schools really don't matter. But outside of that, I must be on a bus line. And I'm not talking about where I got to walk a mile to get to the bus. I'm talking about just walk to the corner and the bus stop is right there. That's not the case down here. Down here in Georgia, if you don't have a car, you fucked in most cases. In DC or the DMV, I would never, ever buy a property or rent an apartment or a house that was not on a bus line. And although I know you all are like, well, Nay, you drive. Anything can happen to your car. Anything. And I still need to get to work because I'm not that person to be like, oh, my car broke down. And my car broke down. I'm finna get on this bus. I'll be there probably about an hour late. Okay? And then when I get home, then I'll deal with that damn car. Or take off the next day or something like that. But I'm not the type to call and be like, oh, my car broke down. That's just not me. Because I'm a DC kid. And you will always have reliable transportation, whether it's your car or WMATA. Susan confirmed I was okay, and the contracts were being prepared. I can't begin to tell you what it felt like getting the keys to my first place. Just having the money at 19 years old to get an apartment was unheard of in my community. I was blessed beyond measure There were times I just go to my empty apartment and just sit on the fully carpeted floors and cry in disbelief. Word. That's exactly how I felt when I got my first condo. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. I could not believe it. It was mine, and I put the work in to get it. I just couldn't believe I was about to move my kids and I in a beautiful place in a nice neighborhood. The joy I felt was unreal. Now, what my realtor didn't tell me, that I was living in the same community as rapper Biggie Smalls, Devontae from Jodeci, NFL legend Rodney Hampton, and rap superstar Pepper from Salt and Pepper, to name a few. Pause. When me and my wife were searching for a home before we got here, we went into an exclusive neighborhood, okay, because it was in our budget. The only thing that wasn't in our budget was them goddamn condo fees. And when I tell you it was a reason as to why the condo fees were so high, because they were almost just as much as the mortgage was going to be. It was because we had, let's say, celebrities living in the area. It was a really nice area. It was in, I want to say it was in Smyrna, maybe, or Vine and something like that. But man, that thing was incredible. You hear me? Oh my God. I was like, oh, I love it here. But I don't like them goddamn condo fees. This explained why all the cars were so kitted up, and the traffic of women that would periodically stroll through my neighborhood at times. It was always a party, and sometimes my ass was part of it. After rescinding my West Side attempt in NYC, I came back home to Atlanta. Pause. Notice about LeLee's book. It is a bunch of stories placed strategically in the book. And eventually the whole story, the whole big story will come together. As I was reading this, because I'm like, wait a minute, did I miss something? Her West Side attempt, what the hell? What is happening here? I was like, okay, I get her, because she was talking about she was on her second baby. And I'm like, damn, when did she have a second baby? It's just how she places the story. But trust me, it'll all come together. After rescinding my West Side attempt in NYC, I came back home to Atlanta. I listened to my sister's voice when she said, just come home. I had absolutely nothing but a peace of mind, a few clothing items, and the new love that I had for myself. Although I never looked like my situation, I was still a little broken inside. It's amazing how we can make ourselves look like $1 million on the outside, but on the inside, the blood running through your veins feels like it's drying up. I was so happy to finally be back home with my family, and even more excited to be reunited with my babies. I knew at this point I had my work laid out for me. I could do all things but fail. My sister was staying in Decatur, Georgia, in she and her husband's first starter home. It wasn't one of the best neighborhoods in the area, but hey, everyone needs a place to live. My brother-in-law allowed me to drive his van to get some things done while the kids were in school. So I decided to take my sister's advice and get my life. I made a few calls and located the closest GED program. She said that was one of the best accomplishments she ever had. So one of my goals here for YouTube is to get that 100,000 subscriber plaque from YouTube. And I can't tell you that I won't just close up shop and go on about my business, because it's a goal, and once I reach it, I feel like I've done my YouTube goal. Now, my subs don't match my views. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. But it's just an accomplishment for me. I think right now we at 78 or maybe 79,000, something like that. I don't know. It may take me another 2 years to get it. I really don't know. Okay, but that is one of my goals. At this point, SWV is done. Okay. she wants to start her next life. LeLee previously said that she feels like she is always starting over. Me too. You know, that's the only way that I feel a person can make it in life is if when they fail, you know what, dust yourself off and just let me start this new life. And in my life, I probably had 32 lives. Okay. Starting from when I was 6 or 7. That's just the only way you can make it. You just set new goals for yourself every day so that you have a reason to live. And LeLee set a goal to get her GED. She got it. My teacher showed me the paper, and all I saw was passed, 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 passed. I passed all 5 exams. To be exact, I was 12 points from getting a perfect score. Good for you, girl. Welcome to USI Energy. Leanne speaking. How can I help you? This is the greeting you'd hear when you call my extension. Yes, honey. LeLee from SWV took her life back, and that meant getting a 9-to-5 to pay some of these damn bills that my music industry money was no longer taken care of.
I made a left on MLK. Oh, what a beautiful day, what a beautiful day. Taking a ride on the south side. Made a left on MLK. Come on, take a ride on the south side. Made a left on MLK. What a beautiful day, what a beautiful day. Riding high on the west side, looking for a ride to play. Won't you come out and play? Won't you come out and play? Take a ride on the south side.